now we're back in. So, for those of you who don't know why a bit of the abrupt start is because Captain Canuck is, for some weird reason, just abruptly stopped streaming. I guess something crazy came up IRL, or maybe he just didn't care about the stream that much. But, yeah, we got someone else to stream real quick. And it's possible we might not even. They might not be streaming for much if WarHawk kills the opponent's team. But, I'm just very glad that he's facing a Protoss on Triton. Both those things, I mean, it's like listening to the Red Baron in one ear and Rogue's Drift in the other. Like, my two favorite Sabaton songs is just the best music to my ears, man. Because this is my least favorite map. You're going to be getting this out of the map pool. And on top of that, Eternal Empire's still in, which is my second best map. And on top of that, I'm facing a Protoss if WarHawk loses, which is very good for me because this is by far my best matchup. TVP, Eternal Empire. I mean, at that point, if we get a reverse 4-0'd, I'm putting most of the blame on me. Because seriously, I should never lose that. Like, usually my TVP is like 70 to 80%, but it's like above 90 with those circumstances. Especially given the fact that I'm going to be able to watch a game of his to see his build order, especially because it's PVT. So if I go against him, it's going to be the same matchup. My big question is he going to go for Cyber before Nexus? Because if he goes Nexus before Cyber, it doesn't matter if he walls off the top of the Reaper jump up spot or not. You just lose to that straight up. The other thing I like about Eternal Empire is that you can't just wall off with like two buildings here. Looking like, yep, Nexus. So yeah, that SCV is about the same timing as mine. I actually probably could have eBay blocked him if I wanted to. But yeah, Nexus and then immediate Cyber. And he's not making anything. So yeah, if he's gonna do that in another TVP, I'm just gonna steamroll him. The question is, what is he gonna do as a follow-up this game? The only thing I can really stop Mass Reaper if you go Nexus before Cyber is immediately start building more gateways. That's the only thing that can stop you. Unless you're on like a very good map. Like if I was doing it on this map, it would be very bad because as you can see, you can easily wall off here, and then it's not possible for Reapers to actually get up this ramp. You actually have to move up that ramp. So if you just position a stalker there, it's really bad for them. You can still win it though, just because you can overwhelm them. But it is a lot worse on this map, so I'm very glad he's taken this out of the map pool for me. I think that's supposed to be Cyril. Little does he know he can actually kill a probe given how late that stalker was in that position it was. Yeah, sees Nexus finishing. Gets a bunker going up. Not really necessary. But, yeah, he does only have one Marine currently. That's not even in the bunker yet. So, Robo is the choice. Robo, no extra gateways. So, yeah, I can easily kill this guy if I have to. He does see that pylon, so he should be able to see this. Yep, he sees it. Sees a Robo, but doesn't see any additional gateways. Unless they were up here. So he should know that there's not going to be any Warp Prism shenanigans anytime soon. And actually, he's going straight into Robo Bay before a third Nexus. Now that actually I think is for the most part kind of a bad play, because Disruptor and Colossus with like no gateway units is very bad. Like, he definitely needs to start building more gateways. He's got one more coming. And there we're going to see a third. He's got one medevac on the way, and this is actually, little does he know this is very good for him, because he's not making, oh my gosh. Warbuffll is going so greedy right now. He's got one Stalker, an Observer, and a Warp Prism. That's it. And he's only got one gateway. The other two are just coming up. And this one's up quite a bit later than this one, so he's only got two gates for like another 10-20 seconds. He's going for Widowmine, though. And Widowmine drops are a lot worse than they used to be quite a few years ago. And even then, they weren't really usually insane. They never really got any big value in terms of probe damage. It was only really due to lost mining time that they got most of their value. Now, will WarHawk see the observer? If I was him, I would definitely see it right here when it passes through your production, because it becomes a lot more visible when it goes over your production. It does need to wait for a boost. Berwin, that was very, very poorly done by Warbuffll there. And no way. Oh my gosh. And yeah, because he went really greedy and didn't do that well. This is actually a perfect punish by him. Oh no. WarHawk. Don't scare me like that, WarHawk. So yeah, it's gonna be Disruptor Drop, which can do a lot of damage and should be able to do equally as much. But he saw the Warp Prism, and did he see early Robo-Bang? That's the question. He did. Okay, so he should know that there's a good chance, given how early that Robo-Bay is, that it's going to be Disruptor Drop. Yeah, with the eBay, I would be building turrets here usually, but not too necessary here. Okay, he does see it. So as long as he has decent micro, he should not lose an insane amount to this. Ooh, if he can lock it down. Yeah, he's going to lock it down here. Ooh, does he have? Yeah, he's got the energy for it. You got to lock it down, bro. Yep, and even if he doesn't kill this... He even got Warp Prism speed. Oh, that is so brutal. That is utterly brutal. He went really greedy on tech, and he got punished for it so hard. He didn't micro against the Widow Mines well, lost 10 workers. Not only did he not kill any workers with the Warp Prism Disruptor, but he lost both of them. Both of them lost without killing anything. Look at the resources lost, man. 1 unit lost. And that was the Reaper that easily got its value worth through scouting. The only advantage he's got is that he's got a third base up, but I mean, even WarHawk has his almost done. And upgrades about equal. But I mean, just look at the army. It's just a tiny bit of Stalkers, 3 Zealots, not even with charge halfway done, and 1 Disruptor. I definitely agree with the Disruptor choice, because at this point you're pretty far behind. At this point you really have to kind of rely on some big miracle hits. But at the same time, if your opponent's going for not that many Marauders and just mostly Marines, Colossus can also do very well. But at this point it would only be able to get like 2 Colossus about to pop. So, and that's pretty late. I think he just flat out loses this because he doesn't have any sentries at all. And with no sentries, he can't get any decent trades. He's got to get 1 Miracle Disruptor shot. That's the only way he wins this. Yep, so now just stem up the ramp and he should be able to easily win this. He can even lock him down if he wants. Doesn't even do the one that just shot him. He does the back one. Got some 4D chests from WarHawk, and yep, we got a 4-0, boys. We got a 4-0 with WarHawk. We did it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. We got the whole friggin' team. Not only is he supply blocked, he can't even get. Even if he builds 3 pylons, 5 pylons, 7 pylons, he can't even get to how much supply we're at. Even if he hits multiple Miracle Disruptor shots, which ain't gonna happen. He's not gonna win this. Look at that. Big hit, sure. But you're not winning this, bro. It's too late. We lost too much. Did get some friendly fire. It is one of the ways that WarHawk loses this, but I mean, he lost his third. WarHawk has his third. He should land it. But, I mean, it's the equal army supply after WarHawk made, like, a few big mistakes, and he's still no sentries. That's, I think, the biggest problem. Look how much gas he's floating. He's floating so much gas. He's got so many gateways. He should easily be able to build, like, 10 sentries and just force-field the army off. So, WarHawk did kind of get him, but if I was him, I see no sentries. I see a good chunk of Stalkers kind of just staying with the army. No blink, just getting blink on the way. I would double prong drop him. Send 2 medevacs into here. wait a little bit to send 2 medevacs into here, or like kill a base. Yeah, he's double expanding, and to try to as sort of a really risky game plan to try to get back in it. Which, to be fair, I don't think is that unreasonable because when you're that far behind, you do have to take pretty big risks. And given how WarHawk played that second TVT, he had a huge lead but gave it up because of the fact that he didn't scout his opponent's bases. Yeah, sadly, he's got a Raven, so he's not going to be able to do that. Now, what WarHawk really should be doing is he should be always pre-splitting his army. Because even if his opponent gets big disruptor shots, the only way he wins is to be able to take out the whole army with 1 or 2 disruptor shots. So if he just pre-splits, even if he loses like 8 Marines, he's got enough to deal with this. WarHawk's running away here. I don't think that's really the best play. You could just like siege up like here, and then just bait his opponent. He's going for Fusion Core. I was about to say he should get a second starport to get Liberators, because Liberators against Disruptors is pretty good, especially since he's got just Stalkers. He doesn't even have an insane amount of them. Now this is a huge mistake. He's leaving those siege tanks to die. Yeah, he didn't react there at all. I think he was focusing back at him. A decent Disruptor hit. He does scan. What he really should do is back up, repair those medevacs, and go for drops. And WarHawk has not scouted any of the bases. And he keeps scanning the army, not scanning his opponent's bases. And that Raven going all the way by itself. And this is another big issue. He really is clumping up his army too much. If he just free split his army, he pretty much can't lose here. But WarHawk really did not play this well. Hey, look at this again. I need to see WarHawk's perspective, because he is not... he's micring these fights super badly. And he still doesn't know about the opponent's bases. Like, honestly, scanning the army over and over was a very bad play. And also, Fusion Core in the third base when you got so much in the back of the main, that's also a very bad play. Yeah, look here, his units aren't even that close to the Liberators. See, the problem he's having is that he's running away from the Disruptor shots rather than pre-splitting against them. And that only works if you run away the second the Disruptor shot attacks you, because the Disruptor shot has the same speed as Stimulus Bio. Also not stimming these units. So, see what I mean? Yeah, he threw the Disruptor shot and it wouldn't have hit him. But it did hit him because he did it. And look, runs away right at the end. It's going to hit him. So yeah, I'm assuming it's just because he doesn't know. He just never faces Disruptors to the point where he just doesn't know how to deal with them. That's what I'm assuming. Because anyone who's ever faced Disruptors knows how to deal with them. Like, that was like gold level micro against those Disruptors. It was really, really bad. He was getting way too many good shots off. But I'm going to talk to Heroku. Hopefully I can play next. And I'll see you guys in the next game.